Since returning home to Dallas from Washington, former President George W. Bush and former First Lady Laura Bush have kept busy in Dallas. I talked with her about some of their current projects when she was here for Laura Bush Presents.
I love to go for walks. George calls me an urban hiker because I love to walk in all different parts of Dallas and look at houses, of course. That's what I'm interested in, these very pretty neighborhoods all over Dallas.
And she's also enjoyed yoga classes since returning from Washington.
I've had a yoga instructor since I moved home from the White House. One of my good friends recruited a yoga instructor, and so we do what we call laughing yoga because it's always a group, and we're not that serious of yoginis, but it's great stretching.
During his years as president, George W. Bush often went jogging. Now he rides his mountain bike.
He was a jogger, but of course he ran his knees out. He's a mountain bike rider now. And he rides mountain bikes in Dallas. There are a lot of trails. They're not close to our house, but there are trails around Dallas. And then he's built mountain bike trails at our ranch.
Presidential Retreats is the current exhibit at the George W. Bush Presidential Center in Dallas, which includes a native Texas park she helped design.
Right now at the Bush Library, I'd love to invite everybody to come visit us and see the show that we have at the museum, which is called Presidential Retreats. And it's about Camp David and about our ranch and about LBJ's ranch and then President Bush's beautiful Walker's Point in Maine. Then have lunch at Cafe 43 afterwards, named for George because he was the 43rd president.
She says they often spent time at the White House when her father-in-law was the 41st president and learned a lot about being First Lady from Barbara Bush.
And they were just great examples for us. I was very lucky to have Barbara Bush as a mother-in-law, as you might guess. She taught me how to be First Lady, for one thing, just watching her. And then she just was such an extraordinary person, and I think everyone really saw that about both of them during the times of their funerals. We miss them.
Her advice as a former First Lady and busy mother and grandmother is to focus on something simple.
But my advice really is to figure out what's really important. And I think what really is important, of course, are our relationships with the people we love.